How we doing, guys? Welcome to the preview and the predicted lineup. Everton against Arsenal. We are back after a week away. I think this break has come at the perfect time for us. We were starting to look very, very fatigued. It's been a very, very busy period. And since we've come back from the last international break, the intensity of our games has been very, very high because of the nature of the teams that we've been playing. I know that we've had Wolves in there, and that was obviously a game that we struggled. But maybe if that game was right at the beginning when we come back from the international break, you would have seen a completely different performance than the one a week ago where we looked absolutely shattered. But yeah, we've had some really, really, really tough games, very intense. And all of them have felt a little bit like a cup final rather than a Premier League game. And it kind of takes a lot out of you mentally and physically. No excuses. We've got the job done in the majority of those games, bar the Aston Villa one. So at the end of the day, I just think this rest has probably come at the perfect time. Of course, we would have been playing this week in the Carabao Cup. We are playing Crystal Palace. But because of their involvements in the Conference League and UEFA competitions take priority, that game has been moved to next week. The knock-on effect to that is, of course, this game, because it was originally scheduled for Sunday, but it's now 8 p.m. on Saturday, another 8 p.m. Saturday game. Not great, but listen, it is what it is at the end of the day. So we've got some, busy, kind of couple of weeks coming up. But a little break like we've just had could be exactly what you need to recharge the batteries and go again. Like I said, we are playing Crystal Palace in the Carabao Cup. We've got Aston Villa coming up again. Very quick turnaround. That's the game this season where you play each other very close to each other within a month, I think it is. From the home and away games. So that's another tough one coming up. We've got Liverpool and Bournemouth and some big games, big games. And of course, if we do, get past Crystal Palace in the Carabao Cup, we're going to be playing Chelsea in the semi-final. So, the players are going to have to change their shin pads to cricket pads. But that's another subject for another day. But listen, we're playing Everton. And of course, it's new ground, new place to go. No Goodison Park anymore. Their new stadium looks absolutely lovely. But listen, at the end of the day, we're not going there to see how nice it looks. We want to go there and get the 3 points. And it'd be a tough game. But Everton, they're missing some big players for this game. You think that we're missing some players, and we talk about Gabriel and everything else. But on the flip side, for Everton, listen, they're not having it easy at the moment. When you look at it, they're missing the likes of Njai, who for me is one of their best players, if not the best player. Somebody that can, do something at the drop of a hat. He's got little box of tricks all over. Very, very good player. And on his day can cause a lot of problems. And he's obviously away for the African Cup of Nations at the moment. So he's going to be missing. Idrissa Gueye is going to be missing as well for the same reason. And for me, a big one is Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall. He's going to be missing this game and picked up an injury last week. David Moyes has already said that he will be missing this game. And I think that's a massive miss. Now, there was possibility that Jack Grealish was going to be missing as well because he had a slight hamstring issue. But David Moyes has said he will be fit and available for the game. But those 3 players that I've just mentioned, Idrissa Gueye, Njai and Dewsbury-Hall, that's 3 very, very big misses for Everton. 3 quality players, 3 big players for Everton. So like I said, the fact that we're missing Gabriel and we're all kind of like, oh, injuries and how bad it is. And other teams have issues. Other teams have problems. And I think they could be some big misses for Everton. And it's a good opportunity to go there. And it's a good opportunity to, try and pick up the 3 points. And ultimately, I want to see a better performance than, the one I saw against Wolves. Because what I saw against Wolves was a team that looked very jaded, very mentally tired, not just physically, but mentally. And they looked a little fragile. But at the end of the day, they still managed to find a way of winning the game. A lot of sides, when you look at the overall performance and how fragile it was, when we conceded a goal in the 90th minute, that would have been enough to, absolutely fold teams. And you never know, Wolves could have gone on and won the game anywhere else. But we went straight up the other end and managed to dig it out and score a goal and win the game. And it's mad. And yeah, 2 own goals. I think we used up all our Christmas luck in that one game. But yeah, at the end of the day, I think that in terms of our lineup, in terms of injuries, I think it's pretty much what we know. Ben White's going to be out for the next couple of weeks or so. From what, Mikel Arteta is saying, it's not as bad as we think. So that's good news. The likes of Mascara, Gabriel, they're going to be missing. But yeah, I think it's a clean bill of health. And I think it's kind of all systems go. And listen, let's go and see what we can do. Let's go and get the 3 points. And yeah, let's see if this last week or so, the rest we've had will have benefited us and help us move forward for what will be a very, very, very crazy busy period. So with that said, let's go and get into the lineup. In goal, David Raya. Straightforward, simple, doesn't change. Right back, Jurriën Timber. Again, very simple decision. Right centre-back, William Saliba, back from his injury. Probably shouldn't have played 90 minutes against Wolves, but he had to, needs must. Very, very simple. Left centre-back will be Henkape. Again, this is a very straightforward one. We don't have any other options, really. I suppose you could play Calafiori as a left centre-back and Henkape as a left-back, or Miles Lewis-Skelly. That might be a little switch around, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think it will stay as this, and that's what we will go with. Left back, I think it will be Ricardo Calafiori. I think he'll come back into the side. He's had a couple of weeks off. He should be refreshed and recharged and ready to go. Of course, was suspended for the game against Wolves, so very simple. In front will be, for me, Martin Zubimendi. Came off early in the game against Wolves. He's played a lot of minutes, but again, he's a player that I feel will have, benefited from the week's rest and can recharge and go again. On the right-hand side, Bukayo Saka, again, a player that will, have benefited from the rest. But we've got the likes of Noni Madueke in the wings waiting, and it's not bad backup to have, is it, for that right-hand side? So, yeah, straightforward. Next to him, Martin Odegaard. I think he'll play. I think he'll start the game. And again, I keep saying it, and I've alluded to it over the last couple of weeks. Just release the ball early. It just seems to be frustrating. Very, very, very frustrating. But it is what it is. Next to him, I think it would be Declan Rice. He is most definitely a player that will benefit from having a week's rest. You could all see that he was not happy after the Wolves game. And I think he set such a level that when we drop below that, he doesn't accept it. It's great winning the game and an injury time goal and everything else. But the harsh reality is that we were lucky. We played terrible. And those are the standards. We don't ever drop our standards to that level again, because it was abysmal. But yeah, he starts the game. On the left-hand side, I think it will be Trossard that will start this game. I think that he's been brilliant. of late. He's been really, really good. I really like the way that he's playing. And I think that he will be the one that gets that position. I think that he's one of our best finishers in and around the box. And I also like his link-up play with Gyökeres. I also think that he's one of the ones that Gyökeres seems to come alive a little bit. And, you know, call it punishment or whatever. I watched the Wolves game again this week. And what I did notice about Gyökeres, and there's a lot of his game that I've not been happy with of late, and his overall build-up play and his touch and stuff like that. But when Trossard is involved, he seems to come alive because Trossard seems to release the ball quickly. He seems to know where to put the ball that Gyökeres enjoys and he feeds off. So yeah, for me, Trossard starts the game. And then up front, as the main striker, it will be Victor Gyökeres. A lot been said over the last week. And listen, there will always be question marks. With strikers, there will always be question marks. If you're not scoring goals, there will be question marks. If you don't score enough, there will be question marks. And at the end of the day, when we're outlaying the kind of money that we did, we need to see end product. And like I said, I think there's a combination of a bit of both, that we're not playing to his strengths, and he's also not doing a few things that he could be doing. His anticipation is a little bit off at the moment. And I think you only have to look at the Villa game with the last few seconds with that ball across by Declan Rice. The anticipation was not there. The game against Wolves in the first half, I think it was Saka with the cross. The anticipation, it was not there. But then on the flip side, is he not anticipating because he doesn't know when he's going to get the ball from certain players within the team? We talk about Martin Odegaard. There's more times where he can slide a ball in or play it early, drop one over the top, let him chase, get the defenders running back facing their own goal, and he doesn't. And he kind of stop. So I think it's a combination of both. But his overall play has to be better as well. His hold-up play, because his first touch has been terrible of late. And the way he's getting thrown around and off the ball, it's not good enough. This ain't the Portuguese league. Even the worst defenders in the Premier League are strong. And they're going to give you a tough game. So he needs to work on that side of it. And he's more than capable of doing it because he's a big boy at the end of the day. So, listen, he plays. I think it'll be fine. And I think this could be the kind of game that he would thrive on. So we'll wait and see. So listen, there we go. That is it for the preview and the predicted lineup. Like I said, Everton have got issues themselves. Some big players missing. So let's not all sit and grumble and moan and think that we've got it bad because, yeah, we're playing a side that are missing some big players. And like us, we're missing some big players. So should be an interesting game. But let's get the 3 points because, look, one thing I will say is that we're probably starting this game not top of the league, second. Because Man City play in the afternoon and they're playing at home to West Ham. And I can only see a home win. There's been a lot going on at Man City this week, of course, with Pep Guardiola and all this talk about him looking like he's going to leave at the end of the season. There's directors at the club of Man City that have left and gone to Spurs. Obviously, everybody will put 2 and 2 together and come up with 5. And presume there's a reason why everybody might be going. I don't know what them reasons are. I'm sure we can think of 115 different maybe scenarios as to why. Who knows? Maybe. Hopefully. It's one way of getting Man City off your back in a title race. Deduct them a load of points. Hurry up! But yeah, listen, at the end of the day, like I said, big game. Big game. And let's get the 3 points. So let me know in the comment section what you think about the lineup and everything else. If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button, smash a like on this video, and I will see you lot soon. I'm out of here.